Back with more Conan. So in my first video we talked about the campfire, the bedroll, and the wooden box, which I think are the 3 most essential items in the game. Honestly, you could go in the game with a long time with just those 3 items, or just carry those 3 items around with you, throw them down wherever you are. You know, sometimes maybe you're out exploring and you gotta go to work or whatever, so throw those things down and it'll get you going for next time. So in this one we're going to talk about shelter building, and so I'm just going to collect a bunch of supplies on this island. Mostly the wood and the stone is what I'll be collecting to build things, but since I'm here I'm just clearing out the bushes and the rocks and everything that's on this island, because I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to build my little shelter. Eventually, you know, once I have more supplies, I'll just build all over this whole island. If you want to know where this island is, it's in my other video, the top 5 base locations. This is the #1 location that I prefer. There's another location in that one that's pretty good, and I'll probably build a second base over there later. But so for this one, just collecting rocks. There's a lot of just supply collecting, and I know that I could make it easier, and I could turn on the admin panel and I could just get the stuff and then show you how to do it, but you know, I'll do some of those things later probably. But for this video I just wanted to, you know, show you legitly collecting the supplies and not just using the admin panel for everything, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes, especially further on, once you've collected so many rocks, you're just like, I know how to collect rocks, and you just get lazy, and if you know how to turn that on, you just turn it on and grab some rocks and throw them in your inventory. But it is really fun to actually do everything from scratch. That way you can feel like you accomplished it, I guess. And at the beginning of this video I did make some of the shells that I found on the beach at the beginning into food. I cooked them in the campfire. So you gotta cook food in the campfire, else you're gonna get sick. And don't forget to fill up your water so that you don't die of dehydration, because that was a mistake that I made the first time that I played Conan. I died of dehydration like 50 times in a row, and I was like, what is happening? I don't understand. So yeah, just don't forget to eat and drink, especially if you're new and you've never played a game like a survival game before. There I was just messing around with those graves I found. They don't do anything that I can tell. Maybe they have significance, or maybe they're just for decoration, but I don't think they do anything. So it's just annoying that they're on this island, because I wanted to build something right there, so maybe I'll just try to build them into whatever I build, or maybe I can put a building on top of them or something. I don't know. I haven't tried to do that yet, but so I like to collect all the plants and just save them for later, especially the aloe, because you can use that to build or to make like bandages to heal yourself and stuff. But pretty much just doing these small things can get you levels and stuff, and I remember I talked about that, how important it was to get levels as soon as possible. I like to go straight for vitality until I get to the perk that helps you regenerate life, and that's just because I think it's really annoying to have to collect the items and remember to make bandages and stuff, especially when you're fighting some of the harder monsters. I don't like to have to do that, so I like to let my guy regenerate naturally, but you gotta work for that. So alright, still collecting. I don't really have a limit of what I'm looking for here. I was just like, I'm just gonna collect and collect and collect until I've got enough, so I don't have to stop halfway through and be like, oh no, I ran out of stuff. And I feel like these sticks all came back. Were these sticks here before? I don't remember that. So yeah, I like to just, this is why I like my box, because you can only carry so much stuff on your person, so the box is something I like to get right away so I can start storing things, because you're gonna use pretty much all of this. the further you get in, and then I don't know, the seeds for the plants and stuff, you probably won't even need those forever, like from now, but I like to just have them, and then even if I don't use them for a long time, I'll just leave them in there. But so now I'm going to build some stuff. I like the sandstone buildings just because I think they look cool, and they're actually the ones that were in the main, like the original Conan version. In this version, there's another stuff at the top that you could build in this one. It's like shipwreck parts looking things. Those are cool. You just need a lot more wood to do those, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I find it easier to collect the rocks than I do to cut down the trees. So I'm gonna go with the sandstone. So I made some triangle wedges for foundation and some square foundation wedges, and now I'm making a couple doorways and some walls, and these are all the sandstone buildings, sandstone frames. So usually when you get started, you typically go with like a square shape. In this video, I'm actually going to do a circular shape just because I think it's a little bit more interesting. And I'm going to do a basic building. So like, you know, it doesn't really take that much to build a little shelter, and you don't really need it a lot in the beginning. But I'm going to show you how to build a circular small shelter, and then later I'll do another video. We can do more building parts or whatever. But so I think I'm going to build it here somewhere. I think this will be a good spot because I don't want it to be my main building. This is just going to be like just a little shelter, throw my guy in here if the weather gets bad. So I think this little part looks pretty flat. So this is what we're gonna do. So this is a square. So I'm just seeing like how far I could place it and like how it will land in there. Okay, but what we're gonna build with is the triangle wedges. So I'm just kind of seeing like how far I think it'll spread out if I placed it here, because the space isn't huge, but I'm not trying to make like a huge shelter right now. I actually, a lot of times, especially in the beginning, like to build small shelters even like throughout parts of the map. That way if I'm running to look for something or exploring, I can just like, I'll know where all these huts are that I have, and that's literally what I'm gonna make, is just like a little hut thing. So basically, you just make a circular shape like this, and this is just the wedges, and they'll just attach around. You shouldn't have to do any rotating or anything silly like that. What is this? I forgot something. Oh no. Yeah. So I broke it apart and started over. Because I built it too close to the edge. Okay, so now we're back in here, and so I got more parts, so I don't have to go look for parts again. Okay, so basically you build a circle, just one circle, and then I put a doorway on it, on where I want to exit, and then I'm going to build the walls around it. So there should be 6 wedges, and then you build the doors. Then I'm going to build a tall tower, so I'm going to build it up, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the outside when I get there. And then I don't remember if I built a door or not yet, but I'll have to put a little door on it. So this is just like a little basic hut. It's small, but it's actually big enough that you could put like your bedroll down, and you could put a box in there. Like, it's big enough for what you need it for, especially this early. And the cool thing about these is like it's something you can build bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, which I'll show you how to do later. I actually just like the round buildings because I think they look really cool. But you can do this exact same thing if you wanted a square building, and you could literally just put down one. You could put like 1, 2, or 4 square foundation boxes. Okay, so now we're gonna put on the roof, and so I just did wedge roof pieces. You could see them there in my bottom inventory, and then I actually went into my add-in panel so that I could fly up here and make it easier to see and show you what I'm doing. So literally, you just go around, and it should fit perfectly around on the top with these wedged pieces. And so now you've got this cute little cone hut looking thing. And then I'm gonna put some stairs on the doorway part just because there is a little step up there. But so I put my door on, and then I'm gonna go get some stairs going in a minute because I don't like to have to jump in there, so I'm just gonna put stairs on the front. Oh yeah, me dropping everything. Oh yeah, because I'm too heavy. That's what I'm doing. I'm too heavy for walking, so I'm gonna drop all of my building pieces, come back for them later, and they'll just sit in that bag. Dropping your stuff is not always safe, just because sometimes it's glitchy and your stuff will fall through the floor, or if you leave that bag there too long, it will get messed up and then maybe fall through the map or something, and you'll lose all that stuff. But I made a decision to go and pick up all my stuff that I had set over there temporarily, and I'm just going to move it all over into the hut to show you how much space is in there, and also just have all of my supplies in one area for the moment. So, put my little box in there. You know, it's a small hut, but you can put a lot of stuff in here. I'd probably put like a bunch of boxes in here if I wanted to. So now I took all my stuff out of the box so I could move the box. And that's the other thing that's good about those 3 items, is you can pick them up, and you can carry them, and you can move them. And I prefer to do buildings that can be moved if you need to, because it's super annoying when you build something and you're like, oh, I can't pick this back up and move it, and then now you're stuck either destroying it or leaving it where it is. So I do prefer these items where you can just pick them back up. And then I grab my loot bag out there before it disappears or gets lost somehow. I'm just going to stick all of these supplies that I can inside of my box. I'll probably build a new box soon. So yeah, like, this is basic. Little basic hut. All you need, honestly, to get things going. We do need some lights because it's getting dark, and I hate being in the dark and not being able to see where I'm going. So yeah, I'm gonna build my stairs now. Just your basic sandstone stairs. Oh, I accidentally climbed up this building, but I guess that's good, because see, this is exactly why we're putting stairs, because you try to get up in there and now he's climbing up a building and hanging from the doorways, and that's just not what I want to be doing with my life. So okay, got my supplies, gonna build the freaking stairs finally, so that I don't have to climb up this building anymore. So some of the things are just like for convenience. If it doesn't bother you that happens, then you can do that, but it bothers me a lot. So now we just got these cute little stairs coming out of the ground, going up in there, and I put my fireplace on the outside. I could have put it on the inside, but I just wanted us to get out of here. And then I'm just going to put all of my building supplies inside of the campfire. Maybe not all of them, but what fits, because I might want to grab these and make something bigger later. But I am going to show you how to make a bigger one. So I just switched to make it light out so you could see what it looks like during the day. You know, pretty basic little house. But yeah, you can do the same thing with squares too. I was trying to say that earlier. You could build one square and then put the walls on, and if we're being honest, it is cheaper just to build a one square little hut. It's just not as roomy as like a little circular hut would be. So I'm just going to collect some more supplies, and then I am clearing out this area because I want to build a bigger circular house down here, just to show you that, like, you know, you can do a small one, but you can do a big one too. So let's see. I always do this. I always like to just like kind of look around and be like, all right, how big do I think it's gonna be? Okay, so we build same base that we built originally, the 6 wedges. Then we're gonna put square wedges on the outside. You know, so you see how I'm doing it. And then, so you put those down. Oh, I ran out of them. So we're gonna put the wedges in between each square, and then it will be, so we just need one more square there. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some from the admin panel. See, this is what I'm talking about, just the more convenience of it. And obviously this is cheating, but you know, I'm showing you how to build something. So this deer is in my house. Maybe I can trap him in here. That'd be funny. Just trap him in here and keep him as a pet, and then I'll eat him. Alright, so yep, see, now we got our complete circle. You know, this is a pretty good size, you know, not too big, not too small. So now I'm gonna put the walls on, and then I'll probably try to figure out where the doors are in a second. Yeah, doors. So I'm gonna put more than one door because I think it's annoying if you want to run in a certain direction and you have to go all the way around the building again. So I'll probably put a couple doors in a couple different directions so we make sure that we can get out. If you don't know how to access your admin panel, you just go to the like exit screen, and then you click on admin, and then you check a box that you want to take control of the admin stuff. Alright, so my more doors, because I like to be able to get out. So I think 3 doors is good. We don't need doors all the way around. But we could totally do that, even though that'd be weird. But you can build whatever you want, so that's what's cool about this game. Alright, so we're building our circle. And then I'm actually going to build couple stories up, but this is just the base of what you can get started with for a bigger hut, and then you can just build up from there. So this is the end of this video, so follow for more videos on building.